We have major Hurricane Franklin that is sitting hundreds of miles off of the Sunshine State's east coast. And then we have Tropical Storm Idalia, which is a strengthening cyclone moving into the Gulf of Mexico as we head into the next couple of days, impacting us here at home throughout the day on Wednesday. And I would say by this time in 48 hours, we'll be dealing with impacts increasing across the area thanks to what will be Hurricane Idalia, which is why we have hurricane watches in effect for areas in that hot pink here. This includes Baker, Columbia, Union, Bradford, and Alachua counties. And I know Alachua is technically on the outskirts of our viewing area, but still worth a mention because we've got the University of Florida out there. Moms and dads worried about their, not so little kiddos that are out there on campus, likely to see those hurricane conditions moving into the area through the day on, I'd say, as early as Tuesday night. Preparations should really be done by then, by sunset. For the rest of us, no official watches or warnings as of yet, but of course we'll keep you posted. A tropical storm Idalia is 65-mile-per-hour sustained winds, and it's going to be impacting the western coast of Cuba today, moving up toward the north. That pressure dropping just ever so slightly as hurricane hunters observe this storm overnight, and they'll continue to do so. Those recon missions are going to be key, and they actually in the last 12 hours are helping those computer model outputs thanks to not only what we know what's happening with the current storm, but the environment around the storm that it's going to be heading up into in the Gulf of Mexico. We know that there's lower wind shear, which means with the very warm sea surface temperatures, we could see some rapid intensification with this storm, likely just about a major hurricane by Wednesday in the wee early morning hours before it is making landfall around sunrise on Wednesday near the Steen, Hatchie, Cedar Key area. Model outputs are actually gaining good consensus in the last 24 hours, and you can see how tightly clustered these spaghetti plots are. So I'd say our track forecast, is much more confident that intensity forecast. And of course, a little bit of a wiggle to the west would have some impacts in us, but I'd say it'd have to really wiggle about 25 plus miles to change our impacts drastically. Our futurecast for today, just to get you through your Monday, you're clear to start on the roadways today. No weather concerns, but by the mid-afternoon hours, watching a few downpours pop up. They'll be more isolated in nature and those sea breeze variety, so they'll push toward the west, clearing out the beaches into the evening. As you make those preps, as you get home from work today and throughout the day tomorrow, we'll be watching Idalia move into the Gulf of Mexico, gaining symmetry, getting that eye wall to form with some strong thunderstorms wrapping around the center, and then it will continue to pull up toward the Big Bend. Again, by Tuesday night, possibly some of those downpours pulling in from the Big Bend in from the south, impacting our inland locations, but the bigger threat for us will be with these squall lines that roll in early on our Wednesday morning, even before this storm is even officially making landfall. And I'd say around Steen, Hatchie by about 7 a.m. Wednesday. And I'd say sunrise, so dawn to dusk really on Wednesday is our impacts. Duval County specifically, about 65 plus mile-per-hour winds, power outages, isolated tornadoes, 2 to 4 inches of rainfall could be possible. But then again, we talk about Columbia County, folks that are in that hurricane watch right now. I would say we could see somewhere between 4 to 6, maybe even 6 to 8 inches of rain when it's all said and done, because you'll be closer to that core of the storm, seeing the heavier rain lasting a bit longer. Remember, with these tropical systems, though, we're going to watch a squall move in. We might even see some breaks in the clouds throughout the day Wednesday with those breezy conditions even outside of thunderstorms, and then another heavy batch of rain is going to come in. So stay tuned to updates. I'd say prepare for now. By Tuesday evening, those preps should be done. Wednesday's our big day to see the most impacts, the windiest, the wettest of the weather, clearing out on the backside of this week. Looks like Thursday, Friday, we watch those rain chances